Hey there, and welcome to the very first episode of Overthinking Out Loud. I am Megha, and if you have ever found yourself lost in an endless loop of thoughts, overanalyzing conversations, replaying past mistakes, or stressing over the future, then you're in the right place. This podcast is a space for people like us, the overthinkers, the deep thinkers, and the one who can turn a simple decision into a full blown crisis. But don't worry, you're not alone. We all are in this together. And today, we are going to talk about decluttering the mind. How to clear mental chaos, create a space for clarity, peace, and maybe even a little joy. So grab a cup of coffee, find a comfy spot, and let's dive in. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had one of those nights where you're lying in bed, exhausted, but your mind just won't shut up? You're thinking about an awkward conversation from 3 days ago, worrying about an email you haven't sent yet, and somehow also wondering if penguins have knees. Yes, same here. Our brains are so powerful, but sometimes they work against us. We absorb so much information, news, social media, expectation from society, or our own thoughts, that our mind become like a messy desktop with hundreds of open tabs. No wonder we feel drained. So, what do we do? How do we declutter our mind when they feel overcrowded? Well, there are three simple ways to declutter your mind. Let's talk about these three simple steps. Tip number one, the thought download. Imagine your mind is a cluttered room. The first step to organize it would be taking everything out. Try this. Take a journal, your phone note app, or even a voice recorder. Set a timer for 5 minutes and dump every single thought in your head onto the page. No filtering, no judging, just write. It's like clearing out your mental inbox. Once those thoughts are out of your head, you can actually see them instead of just feeling overwhelmed by them. Tip number two, the 2-minute rule. Sometimes our minds are cluttered because we have a list of small nagging tasks: replying to an email, making an appointment, folding laundry, that keeps looping in our head. A simple trick: if something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. No overthinking, just action. It frees up mental space instantly. Tip number three, mindfulness in micro moments. Decluttering your mind isn't just about doing, it's also about pausing. Right now, take a deep breath. Notice how the fresh air feels like, how the air feels as you inhale, and when you exhale. That's mindfulness in action. Even 30 seconds of intentional breathing or just looking out of the window can bring you back into the present moment. It's like hitting the refresh button onto your brain. I challenge you to try one of these today. And if you do, I would love to hear about it. You can DM me on Instagram, drop a comment, or just take a deep breath and give yourself a mental high five. Next time, we'll dive into a topic that affects us all: social media and mental health. Is it making us more anxious? How can we use it without feeling overwhelmed? Don't miss it. Until then, take a deep breath, be kind to yourself, and remember, your thoughts don't define you. You are not your overthinking. See you next time on Overthinking Out Loud.